Hello, everyone. Welcome, all you beautiful people. Checking out our beautiful crayons.
Okay, I'm so jealous that you all have yours, and I've been like running out to my mailbags. I've run out there like 4 times because each of you has texted me a picture of your damn crown, and it's not here.
Oh,
no.
How dare
I'm
it.
sorry I can't hear you for my crown.
Oh, I'm sorry, what? Oh.
Sounds so hard.
What's that like?
Wow.
Well, thank you, our wonderful Kelly Green Mer Dragon. You are a saint, and thank you, Katie, for commissioning these for us. I absolutely fucking love it. Look, there's little stars.
I got little rosebuds.
Oh my god.
Forever and always, every D&D game.
Cute.
Forever. Forevermore. Well, everyone, I am excited to be here with you all today to play more of Descent into Avernus with some cool ass people guiding you along on this journey on the River Styx is your storyteller, Sage. Hi.
Oh, hey, hi, it's me. I'm Celeste Kenwich. I'm your tiefling wizard, Melody, who is now level 8, which is very exciting.
Ooh.
Time for a young wizard. So
Many changes.
I mean,
Hello.
for you, yeah.
Hello, everyone. I'm JB. I will be playing Lord Roland Belran Dan Cadriel, your war cleric of Kellenvor, who is also level 8. It's a trend.
wow.
Will it continue?
I don't know, but I have to say I'm playing Kaylee Bramblebarrel, the Lightfoot Halfling Monk, and I am also level 8 and very alert.
Whoa. I took a feat. I'm now resilient. So
Oh,
there we
Nice.
go.
Very cool.
I am also level 8 Dwarven
Wow!
fighter.
holy!
Erroneous Dohard, played by your girl Naseem. And I also took a feat, and it's the Dwarven Fortitude.
Whoa.
Got the power of my people flowing through my veins.
Honestly, well, I'll sound like way more buff now. Is
Mm.
just all I'm saying. I'm
Paul, you're muted.
Hey, Paul, you're muted.
But damn it! I'm Paul, and I'm playing Calvin, your Fire Genasi artificer, who also happens to be level 8 now. And since he's been putting so much time in with this crossbow and getting off some clutch shots, he's a sharpshooter now. Bona fide.
Roland
feet.
put points into ability scores.
Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Only one.
Yes, you all leveled up at the end of last game, so you know what that means, friends. It means we're doing a dice giveaway.
Wow!
We will begin our giveaway for these beautiful pink and purple and gold flecked dice in the middle of our stream, and we will call out a lucky winner at the end. So hang around, stay tuned, catch that giveaway word. And yes, oh my god, they're so pretty. You can see them on Twitter. But yes, friends, before we jump back into where we left off, tell our wonderful viewers and remind us all, since we haven't played in like a month, what happened last time?
Okay, so full disclosure here, Twitch chat and listeners at home. I was sent this and forgot about it until a minute ago. So if I mess up the words between our and we're, that's why. We began last session in a chasm between 2 volcanoes known as Kostichi's Maw, where the demon lord Kostichi himself had been held captive. After successfully defeating the Chain Devil Guard and freeing the demon lord, we made our way back up to our Truckosaurus, where Lulu was patiently waiting. On our way back to the crypt of the Hell Riders to alert Olanthus that we had completed our task, a gang of babely orc women and a wingless pit fiend rolled up, threatening, "Give us soul coins and we'll leave you alone." Much shenanigans ensued. ensued. And eventually the pit fiend bailed, and we gave the ladies a ride, actually, in our infernal war machine back to Atlantis, towing theirs behind. Atlantis brought all of us back in his black gilded carriage and set forth to the bleeding citadel to recover the sword of Zariel. We passed a number of landmarks that caught our attention. A contraption called the Demon Zapper, a unicorn trapped inside it called Moon Color as bait for demons, a helm and a weapon of some fallen Empyrean, all sorts of interesting things, but we passed them by at the behest of Malady. Eventually, we found a discarded, wrecked flying fortress that very much resembles one from which Zariel currently commands. Storming the fortress and quickly dispensing of a snail-like fiend like it was one round. Very quick, very efficient.
I hate
dispatching.
snails, and I'm glad I
One
could smite
fireball.
them.
We made our way into the remains of the command deck of that fortress and confronted an Erinyes that was very familiar to Malady. Ranarith, I believe is how the name is pronounced, who holds the possession of M's soul. Our last session ended with Malady's naming magic gripping hold of this Erinyes and bringing her in line.
Yes, and so that is where we begin. M had just shouted, "You will submit!" holding her book, and you seeing the helm of Devil Command on top of her head just light up with this infernal dark power. And finally, you see as she had just clenched her fists tight, and you saw her spirit break as she kneeled on the ground before you all. And so we are currently in combat, but with this moment, with your foe lay before you, what would you all like to do? What does M do?
Okay, so let me look specifically at what I can get her to do based on my helmet here. So it allows me to cast Dominate,
Dominate.
yeah, which is at the 8th level spell, which is bonkers. So let's just see how angry I can be. La la la. Sorry. Wow, I really should have pulled this up, huh? It's like you need your character sheet to play D&D.
Make everything up.
Never use it. I
Okay.
just know everything.
That's there it is. Okay. Telepathic link with them. Ew. I don't want that.
Get out of my brain.
You can use your action to take total and precise control of the target. Until the end of my next turn, the creature takes only the actions I choose and doesn't do anything that I don't allow it to do. During this time, you can also cause the creature to use a reaction, but this requires you to use your own reaction as well. Each time the target takes damage, it makes a new wisdom saving throw against the spell. If the save succeeds, the spell ends. Okay, so basically I can make her do whatever the hell I want for 1 hour. Cool. So after Malady is like breathing very heavily, and I think this helm has sort of almost like, not like fused, but it looks very scary. Now, I think Malady, this whole time she's been in Avernus, has like sort of taken on more and more devilish characteristics. So now she's staring at this creature in front of her, knowing its true name. And I think she's just going to very, very quietly like walk up to this creature and like look it dead in the eyes. And she's absolutely going to use the ability to control and completely dominate this creature, so it can only do what I want it to do. And then I'm going to... Now, I told you there would be consequences if you didn't do things my way. So here we go. You're going to give me back my soul. There will be no conditions. no other kinds of exchanges. You were going to give it back to me immediately.
And she nods very kind of slowly and in understanding and acquiescence. And as you're kind of hovering over her, she tilts her chin to look up to you, and you see with this kind of burning hatred in her eyes, she says, "Very well. Allow me to fetch the contract." And so she stands up and she draws her whip from her side again, and she begins to turn with the holding the handle, begin to turn it and swirl it, and you see that the the whip traces the edges of the circle of fire as it draws forth a portal, and she reaches her hand into what looks to you all to be just pure void and summons forth this human man who has been fixed to a crucifix. And M, you recognize this person to be someone from the commune, from the cult. They have kind of a flop of greasy purple hair that's almost the exact same shade as your skin. And you see on this man is this very delicate cursive scrawl that reads, that uses infernal runes that just loop all the way around his body. And on the back, you can see that in like perfect military style, neat block text, you can see the lines of a contract. And Ranarith points a long nail to a name on his rib. She says, and she pulls from her side a cold iron dagger and hands it to you, M. Says, in order to break the contract, you must cut out your name from your father's flesh.
I take that knife and I think without much hesitation, fucking at all, I stab into this guy and start carving out that bone.
And with screams of crying and agony, this man is just in wretched, horrible pain as you hear this kind of searing sound as the dagger tears into his skin.
I go to my mind palace, my wizard mind palace, where there's only math and symbols and words, and I
would
tune it out.
I would love for his scream to be muffled by a gauntleted hand from Roland. Just like, just grab his face right around the mouth and hold him.
Mm-hmm.
Calvin kneels down and like covers Appa's eyes and is kind of like, sometimes gross stuff happens. We'll get through it, buddy. We'll go and save that unicorn soon.
And it takes a little bit of time, but being an incredibly sharp and masterwork dagger, it does go rather quickly as you're able to tear off or cut off this piece of flesh. And she kind of lays a gentle hand on your shoulder for a second before immediately removing it. And it's like, it's always so hard losing a daughter.
Do I have it back? Do I feel my contract is broken? Or I'll ask her too. Like, is that it? You have to tell me.
And so as you read your true name on this piece of flesh, and suddenly the letters become burned behind your eyelids as you feel this rush of power restore to you. And your constitution bonus goes up by 2 as you
Whoa!
recover your soul.
Whoa!
Your constitution score.
Whoa! What does it feel like to have a soul back?
You just feel this rush of fire, like when wildfire bursts through the door of an empty wooden house and begins to just raise up before you. You feel like your skin just is like full of tingles as life becomes restored to you.
I don't know. I collapse. I crumple. I don't know. I don't know how to process it. I think I'm crying and I'm maybe yelling and I don't know. I'm just losing all control of my faculties for a moment.
Well,
so now, while I still have you here, here's what I want you to do. You are going to travel back to Zariel as quickly as you can, and you are going to tell her that a mortal fooled you, defeated you, got a soul back from you, that you were too weak to stop them, and, well, quite honestly, you're a disgrace to Zariel and her army, and she would be better off without you. And when you do this, you will not be able to tell her any details about us, who exactly it was that did this to you. No trace whatsoever of our plans or where we're going.
she kind of bites her lip angrily and chews on it for a second. Very well. May I dismiss my contract?
Indeed.
And she kind of makes a little flourish with her hand and snaps. And you see that the portal recedes and the screaming man in agony disappears. Is there anything else that I may do for you?
No.
M.
Get out of my sight.
Pleasure doing business.
Indeed.
And without much said more, if you all don't stop her,
Did we see the name that she carved into the man?
So, for those of you who don't speak Infernal, it just looked like real pretty letters. Since Kaylee is able to read Infernal.
I can read it.
Calvin reads Infernal also.
I do believe Roland is the only one that did not learn Infernal.
Because we made characters for a game in hell.
Fair.
Wow.
So, for those of you who cannot read Infernal, it just looked like a language that you could not understand. For those of you who can read, as soon as you looked unto it, you felt like you had to avert your gaze. The letters looked blurry and grainy, like they sloshed together. They looked completely indiscernible. So you think there's probably some kind of magic that keeps you from, and unintended parties from looking onto this.
It's convenient.
Big devil magic. But yes, if none of you hinder her exit, she will step forward, aim for a break in the ceiling of the wrecked fortress, and take off.
Hey, so mission accomplished, I think, for someone. What just happened? Hero is so confused. He says that. What just happened?
I think Melody goes back. You see her like shaking. She's got this big helmet on, right? So it's not, you can't really see her whole face, but she's just shaking like a frightened child. Like at this point, just as emotion kind of racks her body, and she's just sort of staring off at that spot where she left.
Calvin will kind of walk over towards her slowly. Did you get it, Em?
Yeah. Yeah.
Glad we could help you with that.
So it's good job, kid. Yeah. You want to smoke this?
High five?
No, I'm okay. We should just go. Should get out of here, just in case that doesn't work. That's probably stupid, but whatever. I think she takes off the big helmet too. That now I guess all the magic is gone because she's used all 3 charges on this helmet.
Well, it didn't sound stupid. It sounded pretty badass. So,
you just took control of a damn demon angel lady. It's about the most impressive thing I've seen anyone do.
Yeah. Well, I've spent my whole life getting ready for this moment, and now it's here. And I don't really know what to do right now, so we should go.
We got one last thing to do before we go, though. Okay. We got to smash the fuck out of that thing. And Calvin points up at the soul filter battery thing. You want to help with that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's smash this thing.
Go fucking Office Space on that 6 turn.
Calvin starts handing out crowbars to people. Let's go.
This fax machine is gonna get it.
Let's take it out, troop.
Oh yeah, you can go with smashing. Really cathartic. Oh man, just letting out a whole bunch of pent up stuff.
I also do think though, like while we're doing that or whatever, I think I'd pull Roland aside for a moment if he would be willing to speak with me.
Sure. I'm imagining Kaylee like fists of fury and Calvin smashing this crowbar, Hero doing like all of his maneuvers, and Roland's just like half-heartedly So as soon as you look like you need to talk, he'll take a step back, and you just see them in the background wailing on this filter.
I know I probably should have given this to you earlier, but I think you should hold on to this. I don't know if I can be trusted with it anymore. I'm gonna unattune to the shield of the Hidden Lord and give it to Roland.
He hasn't said anything, and he'll like take the shield by the top or whatever and just kind of like limply hold it down. He's so considerably tall that it probably doesn't even touch the ground when he has his arms stretched down. But then he'll say out from his own regalia helmet, the mirror to yours, "There is no one I would trust more in hell or above. But if you want me to carry it, I will."
I just don't really know. I don't really know what it's like to have a soul or to have it corrupted, or I feel maybe someone more qualified in that department should look after it, if that makes any sense.
He nods, and he'll lift his arm with the shield and kind of turn it around so that this demon face kind of faces back towards him. And he says, "I fucking dare it to try." and he'll slide it onto his back between all the shit that's there already. And he'll lean in a little, and he'll say, "The first thing I believe you should do with a newfound soul is appreciate it. And I think you're already doing that. It's yours by right, returned. Remember that. It's always been yours. Regardless of what happens here forward, it's yours." And he'll kind of softly pat the side of your arm. And he'll say, "And now that fear will seep away like fog. It can't cling there forever. And I am proud that I'll see it lift. Because you won't die on my watch," he'll say, like, turning away and rubbing through the mask of his helmet. "You won't be dying on my watch, so you'll have it for a long time, Em."
She's also nodding and rubbing her face. And just like, okay. Sounds good. She doesn't have it in her to talk a lot right now because she's so clearly trying to stop crying, even though she's so obviously just going to keep crying.
Absolutely. And so for Calvin and Hero and Kaylee, you all beat the shit out of this thing until it's nothing more than a steel piece of shit on the ground that's all beat up and busted.
Yeah, I think Hero doesn't know what to do in tense situations like this other than try to relieve the tension. So as he's like swinging around his disco mace, like the lights are glaring and flashing, he's like singing, "I've got a whale of a tale to tell you lads, a whale of a tale." And he's like dancing around and gyrating as he's smashing.
Oh my god.
Oh, bless.
Beautiful.
So while you all are here, so you're on the command deck of this large cube fortress that has been sunken into a bank of the river Styx. Everything is at this kind of like very steep curve, but you do see, looking around after you beat the shit out of this soul pump, that there are a few rooms off to the right and off to the left, that if there are any that you want to check out before you head out again.
Yeah.
There's no telling.
It's great.
Yeah, there's no telling what got left here by whoever's been working on this thing. We should definitely check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Em had noticed that Ranarith, when Em first spotted her, was digging through this rubble as seeming to be searching for something.
Could I just turn on detect magic just in case? I don't know. There's like a big shiny artifact she was trying to dig up or something.
Absolutely. So as you look off to the right, through a room that leads into another room, you see this large rectangular structure inside of this room that seems to glow with abjuration magic. That is the most notable thing. Looking around, you see that there is like the faint kind of resonance of magic that presumably got fueled into machinery that's now been broken and everything. That you think there's still magic there, so maybe some of it can be repaired, but it looks more or less broken. But that big rectangle,
that whatever that is, it's real magical. Maybe some kind of tomb or sarcophagus. Is that what I would guess? Is that kind of the vibe, or?
And not necessarily, but it's definitely meant to shield something inside, maybe like a safe.
Okay.
I'm on it.
Yeah.
Calvin.
Magic.
Thing.
It's like a job for an artificer.
And so, yeah, as you all can kind of head over in that direction, you pass through one bigger room that has just a bunch of like torn off control panels and metal consoles that are hanging from the walls. and there is another door that leads into the smaller room where you see where you see a 3-foot block of this black infernal iron with 3 number dials with infernal runes on them. And smashed between this block and the wall, you see the nasty, smelly, gooey remnants of a spine devil.
Yep.
I'm glad that's not on the door.
Yeah, it looks like they got smashed.
Where's the magic?
Yeah, so the magic is definitely coming from this large block.
Yeah. All right. Calvin gets out a stethoscope and puts it up there and starts fiddling the dials, listening. What would you like me to roll? Thieves' tools or?
Yeah, go ahead and I guess first, as you're kind of checking this out, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Okay. Dirty 20.
So kind of checking out this lock, looking at the locking mechanism, knowing that it's magical, you can definitely know that thieves tools aren't going to do shit on this thing. So you see that there are the 3 number dials, but the numbers are written in infernal.
I can read infernal.
Yeah.
Oh,
just
okay.
saying,
Okay. So there's
We haven't heard of like a code anywhere. 666. Try 666.
I don't
yeah,
wanna
let's
turn
put
out,
6 in. 6
that
in.
splatter on the wall.
This reference to a religion that doesn't exist here.
So as Calvin flicks it to 666, which the runes look like a big long vertical line next to a short vertical line, and as you put in that last 6, dunk.
No way. Shut up.
Melody's
I'm
like,
not even lying.
Are you serious?
Where is it?
It's in the
Yep.
book.
Wow.
666.
Ed.
There it is.
I'm so glad I listened to all that devil music. Taught me that number was very important.
Insider cheat codes. This is clearly.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
When I read that, I was like, okay, good, because I was gonna change it if it was anything else.
Oh my god.
Oh yes.
But pulling it open, you open it up and you see that there are 9 adamantine rods, each of them about a foot long. They're pretty heavy. They weigh, like they're pretty hefty. And you see that in Celestial, does Calvin read Celestial?
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
M does.
Yeah, M and Roland, you notice that they each of them says Solar Insidiator Lock, and they have a number from 1 to 9.
Are we in like a prison? Solar, like the
Solar, yeah,
Like the aim?
Insidiator Lock.
Yes. Could I? Oh, okay. Would M know that?
Would you?
Should I make a check?
Would you like to make an Arcana check,
Yes.
or also a History check will also work too.
Well, my history's the same, so 23.
I just got it.
19 plus 4.
Dirty 20.
So, Roland, you remember that in the contract that you had listened to in Candlekeep, after opening up the Infernal Puzzle box, it was there was a thing referred to as the Companion, but it was also noted as the Solar Insidiator Lock, which is the device that was guarding Elturel from the undead.
Oh. So these rods are part of that device?
It would definitely appear so.
Calvin's like playing with one the whole time, like fiddling with it, like trying to open it up.
Bink,
Like,
bink, bink. Hitting it
yeah,
against
he
shit.
hasn't started smacking stuff with it yet, but he's still just kind of like, does an end unscrew? Is there candy inside? What?
We should
Yeah.
certainly bring this back to Elturel, in case
What
it
are
can
they?
be used for good.
I will have explained, like,
I'll help.
Ah,
Yeah.
fascinating. I'd love to see that someday.
Calvin looking at them, now hearing their knowledge, as you look at them, you're like, oh yeah, these look like the pins on the inside of a lock. It's just if they were like expanded, made huge.
Ha! Yeah. Okay. I got it. I bet I could fix it too.
I wonder if it's still there. Did they just leave it in Elturel and just take these bits?
Well, these are the important bits. Like if these,
It's like taking the tire off of your bike and then like
yeah,
putting it
it's like what
outside.
it's like that piece that you told me to take off of Truckosaurus.
It's like
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
It's like that thing.
You all do recall that when you were in Elturel, you saw that there was this large magical dome that encompassed Elturel.
Oh, it was still there.
But it was dark and black, and it looked as if like, it didn't look like the shining second sun that everyone who has been to Elturel would say that it is.
I think when the contract ran out, these were recovered to leave Elturel to its own devices when it was pulled into hell. Maybe if we replace them, it can do some good in the city at least.
It would probably keep the demons out, at least, that were climbing up the chains and attacking everybody.
Yeah. Well, anything that throws a wrench in Zariel's plans, I'm in favor of. So let's certainly take these with us. But otherwise,
Throw them in the backpack.
yeah. Should we move on? I'm not completely confident that my plan will work as I hope it does. But if Zariel is like any other, the stories of any other Archduke, hopefully we won't be seeing that thing again.
Yeah.
Back to our war machine.
No, we've got the flying carriage from our
Yeah.
friend
Oh.
Olanthius.
Ow.
With the fastest carriage in the land.
Truly. Going
Okay.
at like 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, yeah. We should pull down the blinds so we can't see anything else. I don't want to. I don't want to
Are
go.
you sure though?
I don't know.
But there's
We were
so
all
much
promised
cool
one stop
stuff.
now.
I did not say that.
No, I
It was
remember.
implied.
Well, I mean, since we already had to
Each get to
stop,
stop once.
since we already had to stop, I'm gonna advocate we just push forward because if we couldn't stop before, we definitely can't stop now.
But what about moon color?
As I'm being like pushed into the carriage.
We get the sword, and then we'll take care of the unicorn.
Promise.
I
That little bit of
promise.
Brooklyn accent right there, guys.
Okay.
And you all can pick your way out through the remains of this fortress back out to Olanthius in his carriage. And you see actually pulling up are two very familiar looking Kenku. You believe it to be Chaka and Clank rolling up with a team of red caps and a skull with little balls of fire for eyes.
Oh, hey guys.
They go, oh, whoa, what are you doing here?
What are you guys doing here?
Oh, we heard that there was a big old broken thing, and we thought maybe there are parts we can use.
Oh yeah, there's lots of broken stuff.
But we'll tell Maggie you said hi.
All right, sounds good. Tell her the bike was great.
I just watched the flame skull as we walked
Yeah.
by. Untrusting.
Uh,
But you all
I'm
can
sure
hop
that's
into
fine.
Kitch. You know,
Yeah,
Normal day
I'm
at
just
home.
really concerned. I can't tell where it's looking exactly. So
Ooh.
just kind of like skid, sidestep around it.
Yeah, Kaylee just confidently walks towards the carriage because she's got some fucking street cred in that place at this point. Everyone's heard
Mhm.
about the tooth now.
Everyone knows.
Everyone knows.
Don't fuck with that
Oh, yeah.
halfling. My
You
You give
God.
one of those.
Crazy.
You give one of those sidewalk lunges, and one of the red caps backs up.
Mhm.
Please, dear.
Boo, motherfucker.
And one of them will take out the sack that you had put your teeth into. It's like, and shakes it happily.
Take care of those for me, okay?
And so you all can set off. I'm going, and at the speed of hell, you all travel forth. If you peek under the curtains, you can see as you approach this this large mound, which at the top peaks this gleaming citadel, but has been covered by this scab. You see at the bottom it's hardened and crusty, but at the top where there's new growth, you see it's much more squishy and new.
What is that giant mound of glowing cystic acne? What is?
And Melanthia says, "Well, we're here."
No. We're going to the
Lou-
big pimple?
You see Lulu is like just openly weeping now, and it's like, "Guys, coming, nasty. It's gotta be good."
Mike,
Yeah.
You've gotta-
Sage, your
you've gotta
mic
reel
keeps
it in.
bugging out because when
It's
you go
the
too high
RTX.
pitched, yeah, you gotta
Lulu
turn.
needs to
yeah.
hit male puberty.
It's like, who are you? Who are you even? You see, Lulu's like, if it gets covered with the nasty, it'll be gone forever.
Okay, well, any bright ideas on how to get in there?
And Olanthius points to, you can see just off to the side there is this large opening that's big enough for you to walk through, as if some large creature has tunneled through here.
Oh.
How large of a creature are we talking?
In game mechanic terms, is it large or huge or like really gargantuan?
Large.
Okay, so it's not cross stitch size.
Code
Cross-stitchy.
Stitchy? Cross Stitchy.
Cross.
Yeah.
Prairie Home Companion, Cross Stitchy.
The most terrifying demon of all.
Sounds like a Pokemon.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Is Avernus eating this place?
Roland will ask.
And Lulu will say that, I sense a demon. Something big is trapped here. I think they're trying to get inside.
Okay.
Well, I think we've let enough demons out during our stay here. We should probably stop this.
Mm-hmm.
Pit stop?
Agreed. What do you think, Appa? Bork bork? Yeah, let's stop it.
Appa's very
And-
agreeable.
So you all can step out of the carriage, and Olanthius will begin to lead you all into the opening of this cave system, essentially. And you see that he, just with a quick, like, dust of his hands into the air, the carriage disappears suddenly, and will lead you into the tunnel. You see, it's pretty much it's as the light fades inwards. You see that there's no sources of light in here.
Except my disco mace.
Except
Oh, there you
30 feet of golden
Wow!
radiance.
Mhm.
And then another 20 feet of dimmer golden
It
radiance.
hurts my dark vision eyeballs.
Man,
Feels
this
great.
was the perfect kind of darkness for my mace, but sure, I guess that helps everyone more.
I can cover it up if you would prefer. I'm not stealthy regardless, so it doesn't really impose too much on me.
I guess none of us are really stealthy except for Kaylee. But
Hello. Wow.
She can be invisible. That's stealthier than me. The stealthiest.
I guess. But I guess I also consider not being in the party half the time. Not necessarily a stealth trait.
Well, let's go, guys.
What's the most stealthy, depending on how you want to look at it, but all right.
Truly.
Loud and clear.
And as you step into this cave system, you see that like long fingers reaching into the earth. You see sort of a left, a middle, and a right tunnel.
Left!
Off to the left you
Hell
go,
yeah.
and you keep walking through, and you come to an intersection where you can either go left or right.
Left!
Mhm.
Left again, left all the way.
It has not failed us yet.
Uh-uh.
And so as you enter into this large chamber, you see that blood seeps down from the ceiling on the walls and pools on the ground. And you see, like, jagging out from the middle of it are these blood-soaked crystals that jut from the earth. And you see,
So
like,
cool.
these large kind of blobs of pus float in the blood.
Less cool.
And
Knew it was simple.
wait for it. And
I'm
that
just gonna
is,
cast Mage Armor. I'm just saying, because now my AC is reduced by
Yes.
4 since I don't have an evil demon shield anymore. So, just saying.
Good call.
yeah, that's all you see in here. Just large pieces of scab floating in a pool of blood.
I really don't want to do this, but I also probably would. Can I look at them and try to assess what these chunks might come from? Like if it's a type of skin or creature, or like an arcana to be like, what would do this? Why would this?
Mhm.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check.
Some kind of what the fuck check.
As a follow up to that, Calvin would try and be figuring out the same thing with the crystals.
Yeah.
Like, are these natural? Were these caused by the blood?
Yeah. So
So like right immediately as you get to like to this how this cavern opens up, there's a pool of blood. Would you like to step into it towards the crystals in the center?
Me
How
personally,
deep is
no,
it?
because of the pus that I see.
yeah, that looks infected.
The look sanitary.
I've had
Um,
a problem with liquid depths before in this campaign, so I don't really want to find out how deep it is. Personally.
Yeah, Calvin forgot his hip waders, so he'll just kind of like poke around at the edge. Are there any crystals? Yeah, he's not gonna.
I'll
walk out
wade
into
in
it, I
there
don't
if
think.
someone needs something. I don't care. Roland's like,
Good to
"You
know."
need- You need one of these bigger pieces. And he's like walking through this
Oh,
Roland!
disgusting, putrid, copper smelling, rotted
Huh.
pool of pus filled blood.
I wouldn't. I need
No,
Roland to
JP.
make a wisdom saving throw.
Ugh. Ugh.
Okay, I'm super good at those.
22.
Ooh, you are.
Ooh, wise
roll
boy.
high.
Cleric.
So as you start to wade through this, as you're wading through, this just disgusting sort of ichor. You look back at your companions, and for a moment you think, God, why do I do this shit for these people? They all suck. But, it wears off after a second.
Ew, this is bad vibes. Pus blood. Ugh. No, don't come in here for sure.
Okay.
I'll try to wrench free one of these crystals if possible. If not, I'll just leave it and get out of the pool.
Cool. Yeah, you can definitely kind of try to take off a chunk.
Shake some of the remnants from it and tuck it under my arm and carry it back like a football.
Yeah, this one's larger.
I am standing on the shore, intellectually, just working through, not stepping in anything. What it might be with an Arcana 19.
Yeah, and as you're kind of you can kind of feel the walls a little bit, and you are in a place now where this is very fresh kind of growth and wounds, as you might say. And looking at this appears to be the flesh of Avernus itself growing over this structure.
Okay. So can I would I put together that maybe, I mean, what scabs do this, right, when they need to heal something, right?
Mm-hmm.
So is it doing this because there's a demon in here? It's trying to cover it and destroy
like a splinter,
Yeah.
healing over it.
Yeah. Because
So you had seen poking out of the top the gleaming round domes of a fortress, which Atlantis had pointed out as the Bleeding Citadel. So it appears to be trying to consume this structure, like how a cell eats another cell to grow.
Okay, I'm sorry. Hey, Lulu, do you know where this sword might be or why it ended up here of all places? Because this is a mess. This is just a mess.
It's a goddamn mess. She goes, and she kind of puts her trunk to the wall for a second and closes her eyes, and you see it's like the trying to reach into a place mentally, and she flits her eyes back open, and she's like, I think I can sense where the entrance to the Citadel is. If the scab grows up over this place, the sword will be lost forever, and we could never recover it. I think Avernus is, I mean, this is where we hid it and protected it, in this place. Yael, with me, to keep it safe until we could bring it back to Zariel. But having something so good here must be making the land angry.
Okay, well, if you can point us towards the entrance, that would be great, so we can make sure to get there in time. So which direction should we go?
She kind of sniffs and this way. And she starts trotting very purposefully along these dark hallways.
Oh my god,
and
someone keep up with her.
I start Naruto running after.
And we'll lead you back up towards the original freeway intersection, down the middle tunnel, past and extending deeper and deeper into the earth, until you come to a point where you all hear, if you all follow along, you all hear this dark chthonic tongue echoing through the hallways. And you see, just at the edge of Roland's illumination from his helmet, you see a team of these 3-headed goat-like demon creatures and this large shadowy figure, and you see these large marble doors that are the same marble that you saw as the dome of the citadel that was exposed. And Lulu goes, I think they're trying to find me.
They're
So they got here first.
Leave or die.
yeah,
Roland will scream.
And as Roland yells out, "Leave or die!" You see that they all turn and look towards you, and they start hissing and chittering in this dark tongue. We're gonna ruin initiative.
Yeah. Oh, do you think this would be a good time to start our giveaway as well?
Yes,
Ooh.
absolutely.
Okay.
Well, friends, if you want to win some super cool pink and purple dice with some heckin' gold flecks,
Heckin'.
your secret word is Ranarith. RANORITH.
Ooh, did it do it in the chat? I'm using a new program, everybody, so... Yay! Okay, it is in the chat. Moobot is telling you what to do. Exclamation point Ranarith in chat. Yes.
We will
Oh
draw a winner
God.
at the end.
Oh, boy.
Well, I got a 28 for initiative because I'm alert.
Hell yeah, you are.
Seems good. Seems good.
Calvin got a 3 because he's probably still like staring at this hunk of blood crystal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
M got a 15.
Roland
A 17 for Roland.
and Herodias.
21.
Ooh, pretty nice. Well, Kaylee, being alert as heck, you get the first move.
Yay. And quick question, would our travel here be considered a short rest?
No.
No. Okay. Well, then I'm going to run in like the little hellion I am. I'm trying to get towards the edge so that when I inevitably use my mobile feat, I can get away by just hitting 1. So whoever's closest to the edge, I'm going to run up and start stabbing.
Yeah, so you see this large shadowy figure. You see 6 of these 3-headed goat-like creatures, and who kind of float almost. And you also see this kind of baboon orcish-like figure that has these huge tusks and tiny little feathered wings. He is the closest to you. And appears to be kind of shouting orders at the rest of them.
Then I'm going to stab the baboon man.
Stab away!
I'm going to jump up and I'm just going to try to like shear off one of his wings with my dagger, just like stabbing it and pulling down behind him. And that's going to be with my bless, a 24 to hit.
That will do, certainly.
Okay, and then with my dagger. So that's 4 plus 6 is 10 plus, so 10 magical piercing damage and 5 fire damage, if that does anything. And then I'm going to stab again. Well, I'm going to kick actually up. That's not great. That is 14. I assume, does that hit?
Not hit.
Okay. And then as my bonus action, I'm going to go ahead and pop out my astral arms. It's just like wings. They kind of burst from my back and then go forth and just reach for this guy and start tearing in.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be 21 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. And that is going to be 7 radiant damage.
Nice. Very cool.
And then she's just gonna like kind of parkour off the nasty wall and run back to her party.
Hell yeah. Punches and punches. And then Hero.
All right. Well, since Kaylee jumped back out of the fray, I think I want to cast Thunderwave.
Nice.
At a second level slot. So they need to make a con saving throw.
All right, yeah, I would say you can definitely get the group of the goat-headed creatures, the 6 of them, in a nice big clump. Ooh, that's a big hot fail with an 8.
Nice.
Ugh.
It's the dice, D8s. Where are my D8s at? That one? No.
The pyramid, double pyramids.
I know,
God,
they're
I
all
use
in my
D8s the
bag, and I've
most.
got a cat in one arm.
Oh no! Oh, you have to struggle
Can't
so
roll the cat.
hard.
So hard.
Oh, my precious
Roll your
baby. Oh,
1d8 plus cat.
life
Okay,
is
here we
so
go.
hard.
That always just ends in angry cat. Is the
Mhm.
9. 17. 17 thunder damage.
Wow.
And they are
Very
pushed 10
nice.
feet back.
Yeah, you see they all get slammed into these large marble doors, and you had seen that they were holding one of those things, a ram, to try and break through these doors, and they are just blasted away and thrown into these. Yeah. And I'll say they'll take an extra d6 because ouchies. All right. So you said 17 damage? Right.
Yes.
Nasty. And then Roland.
The one that Kaylee brutalized is the baboon face leader guy.
Mhm.
Correct? Okay. I'm going to focus on that one, hoping that should they fall, his cohorts will think this folly. A 22 to hit.
Yes.
Having bless on everything is nuts.
Mhm.
As I'm closing the distance, actually, I've never cast this before, so I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot. I'm going to cast Divine Favor as well.
Oh,
It's
cool.
a bonus action, so as I'm drawing my weapon, I whisper this quick prayer to Kelemvor, and this shimmering radiance appears on this great sword that I have been wielding this whole time. "19 points of slashing and radiant damage."
Wow.
Nice.
Wow.
Very cool.
And as always, as Roland is wont to do, he will position basically chest to chest against this baboon-faced creature and push it up against the doors like, "What?" Just swinging wildly, trying to get their attention away from everyone else.
Ah, beautiful. And then M.
Okay. So they're all sort of clustered up right now, or did the thunderwave sort of disperse them all?
The goat-headed creatures, they got a little bit more dispersed. You would say they're all within, they're in like a 20-foot line essentially, and then the shadow demon is about 20 feet away from them, and then along the same line as the large baboon creature that Roland is pumping chests with.
Okay, so you described all the little cronies are in a straight line, huh? Neat.
Mhm. As they're smacked up against the door.
Neat. I'm gonna run so I can get them all in my line of sight. And Malady is gonna swirl around her staff, and from it, a lightning bolt is gonna shoot out. And she looks surprised by this as well as this happens. I need them all to make dexterity saving throws for me. Your girl has her soul back. She not afraid to use offensive magic no more.
4.
4. Wow, that's great for me. Let's do this. Wow, damage. Damage, Malady. Wow.
Whoa, damage roll.
Oh, sorry. I just rolled the thing and it was really loud in my ears.
Oh yeah.
So-
Like it's
Wow, that'll be 32 points of lightning damage.
I need you all to look at this.
Did they have 32 hit points? What?
They each had exactly 32 left, and as M shoots out this ray of lightning, catching them all in her sight, you see that they are just immediately jolted and jittered and fall to the ground dead.
Hell yeah, Em. When you got your soul back, it's like you went to a new level. I love it.
Like 8 if you were to pick a level.
On a scale of 1 to 20.
She looks horrified and scuttles away because there are still 2 of those things left. So she like tries to run and hide after that as much as she can. Like, oh shit, I did something. Oh no.
Everyone's looking at me.
Everyone's looking at me. I want to die. Okay, bye.
Now they have
move.
expectations.
I will, I guess. No, I think she's too frazzled to even try the naming thing. So she'll just bounce. She'll get as far away as she can.
And Calvin.
We'll send Appa up towards. So there's 2 left. There's the shadow demon and a baboon demon. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We'll send Appa up at the shadow demon to keep it busy, and then Calvin. Actually, yeah, Appa will run up, and then Calvin will put a couple shots into the same shadow demon and cast branding smite. Boom.
Ooh.
Yeah, gonna do a little extra damage here. Okay, so it's extra 2d6 of astral radiance. Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be let's see, 13 plus 8 is 21 plus 2d6. 30. And then second attack. 27 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
And 6. That's just magical piercing damage, though.
Cool. Very nice. Oh, this
Yeah.
thing, guys, it sucks.
Excellent.
And then, so you see as Appa runs up to this thing, and it just stealthily moves through Appa, skirting around the edge of this sort of open area, avoiding Roland's light. And you see it just seeps into the wall as it disappears from sight. This large baboon creature facing off with Roland, he's gonna reach out with you some big heckin' claws. Ooh, that's actually pretty good. Oh damn. Shit, plus 10 to hit? That's a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
Ooh. Ooh. Spicy.
And it will do 25 damage to you as it slashes out with you and then goes in for a big chomp with a natural 20, but unfortunately, since you have adamantine armor.
Are his attacks magical?
Yes.
Okay. How much damage was that first hit before you roll the crit?
25.
Okay.
And then actually, oh wait, no, I don't have that thing anymore. Bummer. Have to just roll dice. All right, and that will be 10, 21. That'll be 40 damage as it comes in with these big, huge, long canines that just seep and just crunch easily into your armor.
So that's 40 for regular hit since it wasn't a crit for the adamantine armor?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, now we're playing level 8. Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh shit.
And then we are, and then you see Lulu lets out her trumpet blast again, and let's have it make a deck save. Ooh, it fails. So it becomes lit up in fairy fire again for you all. And then that brings us back up to Kaylee.
Does that reveal where the shadow demon is?
No, the large baboon creature was the target.
Okay. It wasn't close enough, I guess. All right. Yeah, cool.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Well,
Tricky shadow guy.
I pre-rolled, and with my bless, I did pretty well. So let me know. Well, I guess I'll roll just to see if I get a 20.
You do have advantage.
Yeah, that's why I'm rolling again just to see if I get 20 on one of them, which I didn't. All right. So for the first one, I got a 21 to hit.
Oh yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut in with my dagger. I'm gonna do 8 piercing damage and 4 fire damage, and then the next one I got a 22 to hit as she goes and kicks up, and does 7 magical bludgeoning, and then the next one I got a 21 to hit, which does 10 radiant damage as her arms reach out and start tearing at the feathers again. And she just kind of like flips back and just kind of like stands behind Roland, and she's like, I got the goop if you end up needing it. Don't worry.
And Hero.
So what is remaining? The goat folk are dead.
Mhm.
There's the big
The goat folk
baboon.
deck. Yeah, Big Baboon is still there looking pretty hurt, and then the shadow creature has just disappeared. You have no idea where they went.
Like a jerk.
Well, can't even try to look for them, so I guess it's gonna be Baboon Man. With I'm gonna do cantrip, my booming blade onto my disco mace.
Boom, that
So-
blade.
Da-da-da. That'll be 21 to hit.
Oh yes.
Cool. Then he's gonna take, what is that? Oh, good, wonderful. 1 point of thunder damage and an additional 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Nice. Very cool.
And of course, the booming blade effect.
Mhm.
If he moves.
Yeah, he seems pretty stuck here between all of these individuals who are beating him up.
Makes sense.
Roland.
I'm sorry, did you say me?
Yes.
So I will swing at this creature again. He smashes this giant fist into my chest, and Roland lets out this broken wheeze, and then it clamps down onto his arm, and Roland screams. Blood seeps through. He's very, very, very hurt. But he'll shake free, grab the sword, spin to the side, and just hack at this thing like it's a tree he's trying to cut down. 20? Is that it?
Yes.
And he did, despite all the damage, maintain concentration on his spell for the increased radiant damage. 16. The first hit is a 23 points of damage.
Ooh, very nice.
Is it standing?
It is still standing.
The helm atop Roland's head, this half crescent sun that beams out this golden radiance everywhere, shudders and grows brighter for just a moment. He is going to use it to give him an additional use of his channel divinity to let him swing at this fucker again.
Hell yeah.
That's another 20 total.
Mm-hmm.
16 points of slashing damage.
This thing still stands before you, screaming in anger in your face, spittle flying out from its mouth.
Roland will, as a retort, say,
I have no fear of you, fucker. Come on.
and he's going to use the helm. He's going to expend the remaining charges to cast Mass Healing Word because it's what it can do. And everybody, including Appa and all that, 6 creatures. So me and anybody else injured at all? Kaylee? Okay. 8 hit points back. And that's it for his turn. He's going to stand right there. So this thing's stuck against the door.
M.
God, so this thing is still up. And it's funny, when I was picking spells today, I was like, see invisibility. What a dumb spell. No one ever needs that spell. And now I'm like, oh, man. Shit. Okay. I guess I'm going to... because I think I have to see... I don't have any tricky wizard business. No. Okay. I'm gonna look at the baboon creature. And I'm gonna flip open my book. Tell me your name. And it needs to make a, what was it? Wisdom saving throw.
Not bad. An unnatural 20.
Boo! Okay, so I do not learn its name, which is frustrating, but that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and just throw Waldo at at this thing. And Waldo's gonna like go up in between, you know, people's legs and whatever, and like grab this creature's ankle and cast shocking grasp through that. So let's see. Can we do it, Waldo? Well, maybe not. That was only a 16 to hit.
No, not quite.
He gets like a pant, like he's like, "Oh no!" And I'm like,
Can't
"Waldo!"
reach.
With advantage?
Oh, with advantage.
Oh yeah, that's yes. And you're blessed.
And bless.
Oh God! Wow! Why? Wow! This is great.
This little tiny imp is blessed.
Never. He's like trying to grab at it, and then he does the thing where he holds down and like sneaks a leg up your pant, like into your sock. Yeah. So that'll be a 23 to hit.
Worst. Yes, that will definitely do it.
Okay. So shocking grasp. That's going to be 12 lightning damage.
Very cool. Yeah, little gets a nice jolt.
Yeah. And then I think if there's a wall Malady can back up against, she'll do that, and she's just nervously looking out for this shadow creature.
Yeah, it's kind of this big, kind of half moon shaped kind of chamber in front of these doors, so you can definitely back up towards the wall and keep your eyes out.
If it's gonna attack her, it can only do so from the front.
For sure. And then Calvin.
So I was picking the spells since we leveled up last time, and I saw see invisibility, and I was like, damn, that's not a fun spell to take, but Calvin would totally have that for his monocle. So I'm going to go ahead and cast see invisibility.
All right.
As Calvin is, like begins hunting and spinning around with his crossbow looking for this thing.
Looking around, you see that everything that is here that you see is everything. So there are no hidden figures.
Oh, so it bounced out? Bleh.
Bounced out, or it's doing something else tricky.
You saw it move through Appa, so you think it has an ethereal body.
Could be, yeah. Could just be incorporeal. I don't know. Well, I'm gonna try and shoot that demon then. That other one.
It's a biggin.
Yeah. Does an 18 hit?
It hits exactly, in fact.
Perfect. So that'll be 8 damage. Or no, I shouldn't even get to attack. It's an action to cast frickin' see invisibility.
Oh yeah, duh.
My bad.
Sure.
Womp womp. I could have Appa attack though. Haha. That's a bonus action.
Pork, pork.
Bork bork. Do it, Appa. Come on. That's a 7. No. Not this
today.
time.
Good try, little buddy.
Yeah.
Aw,
You're doing
pet,
great.
Pet. Pet.
Did you roll bless for Appa?
That I did not, but that would have only actually
Roll-
no, we're
roll bless
advantage
for Appa.
anyway.
And yeah, you have advantage.
We have so many
Yeah.
buffs.
So many
So many
members.
buffs. Okay, so yeah, we'll roll that. Here we go. That is that's a 12.
Oh.
Oh
Yeah,
no, little buddy.
that's okay. It's not Appa's time to
Buddy.
shine right now. It's okay. It's okay. There's no always next round.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And so as Appa tries to get a bite in on this thing, as Waldo reaches its hand up its pant leg and grabs its ankle, and
It tickles.
Roland and Kaylee,
Yeah,
you
it's bad.
smell burnt hair, and as Roland is bumping chest with the sink, and Kaylee is stabbing it with her fiery dagger. And suddenly it begins to glow with this sort of scintillating, multicolored light. And I need all of
Counterspell,
you.
counterspell.
You cannot.
Damn
That's
it!
not a spell.
Ah, that's fine.
Bless.
You got a good one last time.
I did.
Mhm.
It's my
You did
job
good
as the
though.
wizard to always try.
Is that a wisdom?
Yes, a wisdom saving throw, each and every one of you.
Plus bliss. Mm,
Oh.
Your bless counts towards this.
13 plus 3, 16, 19?
16.
23 for Roland.
Okay, sorry. I was looking for this. I'm going to, as a reaction, then, since I can't do counterspell, I'll cast Mental Barrier, which is that spell when I fill my head with looping repetitive thoughts, and I gain
Cool.
advantage on these checks.
Nice.
Okay.
What did Calvin get?
Calvin got an 18 and Appa got a 16.
Okay, so M would be at 21.
So everyone who got below a 20, your mind immediately becomes racked with terror. You see for Calvin, you see these horrible images of your father like being kidnapped and taken and tortured. Kaylee, you relive the nightmares of being brought up and imprisoned in a cult. Hero, what is the terror that absolutely takes you?
Probably seeing his father killed back in his palace, the crime he was accused of committing, and therefore is banished from his home.
And so each of you who failed, these visions just rack your mind and you become frightened for 1 minute.
Oh, okay. Just a minute.
If
Just
this
a
is
minute of
fear thing,
witnessing my father's death.
I have advantage as a halfling, and I
Yeah,
rolled a
go ahead.
nat 20 for my second one.
Whoa!
So, Kaylee,
Nice.
as these images begin to shake and rack your mind, you're like, fuck no!
I'm little and I'm furious.
I'm already over this.
Yeah. I've been there. I relived it. I'm not doing this shit again. It's
No
y'all.
way. No way.
You get a reaction to this kind of thing?
So for each of you, while you're frightened, while this thing, the source of your terror is in your sight, you have disadvantage on all attack rolls.
Oh.
And yeah, and so
You can't move
At the end of-
closer to your target, I think is the...
yes, I believe so. You can add the little status on your character sheet. And then also at the end of each of your turns, you can try and make a new saving throw to succeed. And then it teleports 120 feet away from you.
Ooh,
Oh.
little
That-
bitch.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's...
backing up.
Yeah, that's nice. That's real nice. Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
And Lily's like, "Hey, Cub, we was done with you."
Just cutting your voice
Oh
out.
man,
Sage.
that Lulu voice kills
it.
your mic. Can't handle it.
We crave it. We need
We
it.
need it.
I know. Oh, well, I'll figure it out. It does. It hasn't learned all my voices yet. But yeah, Lily's like, "Hey, we're not done with you yet. Come back."
Oh, Lulu. That's how life works.
And as this thing teleports away, suddenly you feel this shaking erupting from the earth as it's almost an earthquake, something rumbling from deep within this place and bursting through this walls. The first thing you are confronted by is this large maw rimmed with spirals and spirals of teeth, each of them bearing a face with its own set of teeth that greets you, and pouring out from its mouth you see these demonic raven-looking huge bird creatures come in real angry, real hot. And you see the shadow figure reappear and is cackling wildly. Kaylee, we're back up to you.
I'm sorry, wait, okay, just to clarify. So there's a big mouth, and then there's a bunch of teeth in the mouth, and each of the teeth has a head that has teeth? Is that what?
Yep.
I read that, I heard that correct? What the fuck? All right.
How do you even fight that?
I don't know. I don't know. Pepper spray it. I don't know. What do you want?
It's like a sunflower from the abyss. You know, it's a multi-flower. Each
doesn't
seed
help
is its own
saying
flower.
that. That doesn't. That's not a relatable metaphor.
Yeah, that's not cuter.
It's the Oh. You would have not have passed the SATs with that "like as" statement. Like, what do you? Holy shit!
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. I had this whole plan for my turn, so thanks for just throwing that shit away from me. Appreciate that.
Yeah, you know.
Okay. So I think that Kaylee is going to approach this thing and be like, "Your face is too many faces. Allow me," and just go to punch one of the teeth.
Allow me.
That for you.
Oh yeah.
We don't have it. These aren't in fairy fire, so we don't have advantage
No.
on these.
Whatever this is.
Bless.
Okay. Yes.
But you
So
are
that's
blessed.
18 plus 4 plus 8. So I hope that fucking hits.
God.
That sounded like a lot, so I'm gonna go ahead and say yes. I didn't actually add it up in my head.
If that doesn't hit, good. We had a
Good
fun
God,
lunch,
we have to
everybody.
leave.
Okay, so that's 8 points of stabbing, and 5 points of fire, into this tooth. And I think what I'm gonna do is, what's the range on a dagger? That's 20 feet. at
20 feet at long range.
and he's still in fairy fire.
Yeah, Balboonge is.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So he's 120 feet away. I'm going to use my bonus action to do the step of the wind and get closer to him and dash over towards him. And I'm going to go ahead and throw my fire dagger at him.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Advantage. Okay, that's a 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 9. Or, yeah, the dagger is a +1, so 9. So that should hit since he had an AC of 8. And go ahead and do 3 plus 6, so 9 points of piercing. And 5 points of fire.
Very cool. He goes,
Damn.
ouch.
And that's gonna be my turn.
Hero.
I want to try to cast Thunderwave again at 2nd level at an attempt to knock all of its little teeth out. And just do damage also, of course. So a con saving throw, please.
Please and thank you. Where's my d20? Ooh, it's pretty good at these. That is an unnatural 20.
Ah, well, shit. Does it still take damage on a failed? Oh, I'm on the wrong spell.
It takes half damage, but it does not pushed back.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds good. Good enough for me.
So roll your damage. It's 2d8.
I'm rolling it at a 2nd level, so
Nice.
3.
Nice.
9 plus 15 damage. Well, in half, so.
So 7.
And since I think that's the end of my turn.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then Roland. You see a couple of its teeth fall over.
Huh.
Not out, just over. Like they're going to be back in a second. Okay. Roland is very, very hurt. And he's tired. He's almost spent for the day, save for a few little tricks that he can do. But you see him drop this great sword that he has been clutching for so long. And it just kind of falls over into the toenail dust and callus, I imagine, that covers this place. And he pulls from his back this demonic, evil-looking shield that Malady thrust upon him. And he holds it in front of him with both hands, like it's the only thing that he knows to do. And he's whispering. And when he finishes the whisper, he has cast a spell to Kelemvor. And 15 feet around him, swirling through the air, are these celestial, angelic, ethereal beings with weapons and armor as he casts Spirit Guardian at 4th level, using the slot that he got for turning 8th. He walks slowly over in front of this giant hell maw, and it needs to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Spirit Guardians, game over.
I don't have a high save, so don't expect a whole lot.
That
My
is a
favorite
17.
A 17 does it. So they do save, they take half damage. You're really good damage, though. So they take 11 radiant damage total.
That's not bad.
Any creepy bats also take that and all that good
All right.
shit.
Whatever else is coming out of this.
I'm sorry, Sage. I forgot D8 on that because I cast it at 4th level. And that's 1 additional point. Sorry.
How dare my
And
notes
with
are
this-
all ruined.
With the swirling cloud of radiant beings around him, he hunkers down behind this shield and bites down on his teeth, ready to get rocked by whatever this thing is.
Oh boy. M, what would you like to do?
God. Cry? Okay. I'm gonna look
Seems
at this.
like a good time.
Oh God. Take the book out again. Look at this thing and be like, you want to tell me your name? Whatever that is. Okay. And so I needed to make a save. Oh, because, wow. Wisdom saving throw, please.
That is only a 13.
Oh, great. I get to know the name of this creature. What's its name?
Crokick Toek.
Wow. Crokick Toek. Cool. Hey, there's this town in Pennsylvania. Do you do that? Did you do that? Whatever. Crotoa. Okay. Cool. So now that I have its name, I would like to go ahead and cast. Oh, I haven't done the actual basic feature in so long. All right, so I'm going to speak its true name, and as I do so, it just feels weaker and slower and less capable. I'm casting Bane on this thing.
Hell yeah.
So it'll subtract a d4 from basically everything it has to do. Sick. Okay, and that is, I believe, all for me. I'm gonna kind of scoot along the wall, so just in case it, breathes bats, we're not all in a cluster.
There are these large 3 bird-like demons that are floating around. Yes, and then Calvin.
Okay, we got Helma, we got bird demons. Baboon demon is still a thing.
So he's 120 feet away, and Kaylee had thrown a dagger at him, so he is effectively not within range.
Well, okay, but he's still up. I'm trying to take. Okay, yeah. And then there's the shadow demon also.
Yes.
Okay. Calvin's gonna run towards the doors,
Mm-hmm.
and they're locked, I assume.
They are locked, and you see on there. As you run up to these doors, you receive this telepathic message from this very soft female voice coming, it seems, on just the other side of these doors. And she says, "Bring Lulu and the rest of your party with you, and I'll let you inside."
Sounds good, door lady. Hey, everybody, get here, get over here. And Calvin, is that his action to receive this telepathic message?
You can still
Okay.
have an action.
So yeah, he's gonna call out and yell at everyone to get over by the doors, and then he'll take a couple shots at I guess one of the demons flying around.
Cool.
That is a 12 to hit.
It flies just off to the left of one of them.
And an 11, I imagine, will not hit then either. So yeah. So Calvin ends his turn by the door, firing wildly into the air, yelling for everybody to circle up around him, and then Appa will take off like a sheepdog to try and kind of herd the rest of the party towards the door.
Bork. Like police.
Mhm.
Oh, does he have a little siren that pops out?
Oh, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
Danger! Oh.
Good lord.
Oh yeah.
Yes, that's what happens. Is he starts borking, but then it's like he switches mode, and then the little siren pops out.
Oh,
Mhm.
Oh
cute.
my goodness.
Cute. Wow.
And then you see this large mud puppy of a creature reach its helmet towards Roland and is gonna try and get a snack.
Disadvantage. From my help.
Disadvantage. And the 1d4 minus for the bane.
And if he moves
AC
into his
23.
space to hit him, he gets Spirit Guardians damage.
Yes, he also has to save against Spirit Guardians when he starts his turn.
Yeah, you try and
okay.
come over here,
Let me-
Sage. We fight you.
And this, and this, and this.
Well, I hate clerics.
That's a 15 for Spirit Guardians.
That also does it. So it'd take half damage. 11.
All right. And then being smacked by some angelic spirits gets distracted by them and kind of lunges off just to the right of you. And oopsies. And then back up to the top with Kaylee. Actually, sorry. My shadow bird things are... You see that they, as they're flying and darting around the room, kind of swooping in with pecks at you, they shake their wing. Each of them shakes their wings, and these spores just hover out from their wings and descend upon you. And you all have to make a Constitution saving throw.
You and me, I'm so far away.
You don't.
Yes.
You don't, Kaylee.
Bless.
Everyone else in this room.
Yeah, that's a big... We'll see what the bless gets me, but
Boy,
that's a big 8. It's a big hot 8.
I'm sure you're fine.
Totally.
Is it a poison?
It is poison.
Ooh,
Woohoo!
you get advantage,
That's the
dwarf.
most excitement about poison I've ever
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Yeah, poison me, Dad.
Woohoo!
Poison me, daddy.
Bring your poison on me, daddy.
Okay, no. Okay, reel it in.
All right. That's much better.
Mm-mm.
Thanks for that sweet poison. It was 26.
You're good.
22 for Roland.
You are good.
Calvin got a 20.
Calvin is good.
I got
Hell
an
yeah.
8.
And
I think
Appa...
No,
Oh no. Appa is immune to poison because he's
that
a
makes
robot.
sense.
So yeah.
That's a good
So,
reason.
you become poisoned, and you take 7 poison damage. On the start of each of your turns, you will take an additional 2d10 poison damage, and then you can make a repeat saving throw at the end of your turn.
Ugh. Rude. And I have the poison
Ooh.
condition?
Yes. And then we are back up to Kaylee, who's trying to
Facing
run
off.
down this baboon boy.
Yeah, so I think Kaylee kind of turns over and kind of looks at the doors, and she turns back to this baboon and she's like, looks like I gotta go, but you hurt Roland real bad, so I'm gonna hurt you a little bit more before I go. And she's gonna give out this tiny little lion roar and just lash out at him again.
Fuck yeah.
Meow.
And that's gonna be a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that'll do.
And that's gonna be 8 stabbing damage, stabbies, and then
Stabbies.
6 fire damage, and then she's gonna go out with an unarmed strike. It's already a 26 plus 2, 28.
Oh my god, yeah.
And that's going to be 4 plus 5, so 9 points of magical bludgeoning. And she's going to give one swoop in with her feathery arms of Astral. And that's going to be
Jesus, how many attacks do you have?
I get
Monks.
2, and then I get a bonus action attack with my arms. That is a 28 again with that. And then that will be 11 points of radiant damage.
What does it look like as you finish off this baboon-like creature?
Yay!
Yeah, so her arms just kind of go through, and the feathers that kind of come off of them are like razor sharp. As this time they finally go through and follow through and just slice into him. And there's kind of this out spray of demon blood, and she just like wipes her face. She goes, "Whoops, I hit too hard." And she goes and just uses her full movement to run towards the door.
Beautiful. And Hero.
So, flower thing. If I want to hit it with my green flame blade, which, you know, jumps fire to a adjacent creature, does its teeth count as an adjacent creature?
No, unfortunately.
Damn it! Okay, we'll booming blade it instead then. Da-da-da! Oh, wonderful. I got a 9 to hit.
Oh no.
Let's try that again. I'm just gonna use my... Fuck it, I'll use my inspiration. I've had it for like several episodes now and I just haven't used it.
Hell yeah.
Use
I
it!
keep forgetting about it.
I
Yeah.
can't give you more if you don't use it.
I've used mine. You can inspire me.
It's okay, I'm feeling it again. I'm feeling the inspiration. Die! I don't like flowers. You're just dolled up weeds.
Whoa! Wow!
Oh shit.
Wow.
Well,
That's rude.
I also get my blessing, I guess. Cat, you're on my D4.
Oh, you act like you hate it, but it's so cute.
It's so cute though.
Stop, go away.
Oh, we had
Whenever we-
stop.
For real though.
Just move. Click.
Okay.
Click.
Well, that was a 13 to hit that second time. Since it didn't work,
Quite.
I still have my extra attack, but it's not going to be a booming blade. It's just a weapon attack. So just with my disco mace, let's try that for the third time. Fuck!
No, really?
Well, I guess I still get to roll. I rolled a 1 and somehow
With
it came.
advantage. So roll
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Oh no! Wait,
Or-
no. The
I'm
No.
this guy.
no, the fairy feather.
the
die.
blessing.
Oh yeah,
But
the
you do have your
D4.
D4.
Blessing,
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
It actually came up to, how did that happen? I don't know where that 7 came from. What is that 7 from? It says 15. Plus blessing is 19.
You're good.
You're good.
Okay. All right.
Just take it.
10 damage.
Computers.
All right. Begrudgingly. Fantastic. And then Roland.
Roland is going to... He's going to disengage. Slowly back away from this hell maw, leaving his beloved dwarven companion to take the brunt of any attack that may be coming. Am I within 15 feet, would you say, of the burbs that threw spores down on us?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go ahead and let them all make wisdom saving throws, please, for Spirit Guardians.
Fucking fail.
Dumb birds.
25 points of radiant damage per bird.
They immediately just explode into a cloud of shadow and are done with.
Hell yeah.
Wasn't max, but it was high. and Roland will stoop down, pick up his sword, and like tuck it under his arm with the shield still in front of him, and beat a retreat back to where Calvin has told him to.
Very cool. And then M.
Okay, so Heronius is the only one still like in front of this creature alone, right?
And Kaylee is running up from a tunnel behind.
Okay. I'm not worried about Kaylee. Kaylee can run for days. But I will sort of hiss and like woozily take some poison damage, right? So 2d10, please.
Yes.
Give me that good poison.
Please and thank you. 15.
Oh, yeah. All right. So woozy from poison. I'm going to hiss, and then I'm going to run forward towards Heronius, and I'm going to kind of like smack him on the shoulder, and I'm going to cast invisibility on both of us and be like, run, you idiot. And then try and like kind of push you towards the door.
Yes.
Oh, fine. Okay. He's kind of confused. He doesn't even remember how to walk briefly now that he's invisible. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah.
If you attack it, it'll drop, so just run. Don't be stupid.
And then
Yeah, and that's me.
at the end of your turn, you can go ahead and remake that Constitution saving throw.
With disadvantage because I'm poisoned. I love how that works.
Yeah, it's so weird.
It's
I
like
your
it's
blessing.
it stacks or something. Okay. All right. Well, one was yeah, no. There's no way that's happening. Boo, an 8.
Oh, life hurts.
Ah! It hurts to be alive. It hurts even more now that I have a soul. Why did nobody warn me?
It didn't seem so great not having one. Calvin.
Complain. I don't have a soul. I have a soul.
I have a soul. Ow.
Are we all by the door now?
still running.
Yeah, the M, Hero, and Kaylee are still running towards the door. But if that is what you all are going to spend your turns doing, we can say you do so.
Yay.
And as all of you run forth and reach your hands toward these doors, suddenly the doors almost disappear before your eyes as you are greeted by blinding white light.
Ah, crap!
We died.
Yes. And that is where we will end this game.
Wow, we stepped into the light.
We've only been playing 10 minutes.
It's only been 10 minutes.
I know it says
But-
an hour 55. It's lying.
It's lying. Keep going.
I want more.
What's in the light?
Dice are what's in the light
Whoa!
because we get to draw our winner.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we are going to draw our winner. So please, we're going to draw the name. It should announce it. And just please respond in chat to let us know you are here. Otherwise, we will redraw. So here we go. Using the new software. Na-na-na-na. We're doing it right now. Woo! Oh, Green Mer Dragon! Oh my gosh! Congratulations, our
You are
grandmother!
inspired.
Oh, wow!
You have to make a tiara out of these dice.
Out of these dice we get you. Oh my gosh! So at Green Mer Dragon, let us know if you're still in chat.
It was
Where you
fated.
at, girl? Kelly.
Kelly.
Kelly, where you at, girl?
love your
Yay! All right, thank you, Kelly. Yep. This is the tiara that you won from Venture Maidens. Awesome! Yay! So I'll go ahead and we'll coordinate your deets. Congratulations!
Yes, wonderful. Well, thank you, Francis. Has been a joy playing with you all here tonight. I have been your storyteller sage.
I am Celeste Gunowich, and I have been your newly sold tiefling wizard, Malady.
Sold?
For a
I-
new soul born into this
Solid.
strange world.
Yep.
I am JB. Most of you know me as at Drop the Die, and I was
Roland Belran Dan Cadril.
your war cleric of Kellamfor.
Howdy. I'm Katie, and I played Kaylee Bramblebarrel, your halfling monk.
I'm Naseem. I played your dwarven fighter, Hieronius Dohard.
I'm Paul, and I have been Calvin, your Fire Genasi artificer.
Yes, this has been a fantastic time, friends, and I can't wait till we play again on the 1st of July. Fantastic. As we have finally breached the walls of the Bleeding Citadel to recover the Sword of Zariel you all have heard so much and yet so little about. And what shall we do until next time, friends?
Venture
to hell!
Oh.
Venture to hell, everyone.
Okay. Goodbye.
Goodbye.